Hi, everybody, and welcome into the Cougar Sports Network as we get ready for men's college basketball action in the 3C2A, the WSC South Santa Monica and College of the Canyons here from Lee Smelser Court at the Cougar Cage. I'm Matt Robinson, glad to have you along with us as always. COC trying to snap a slide. They have had a rough go over the last few weeks on a 4-game losing streak, or excuse me, a 6-game losing streak, their second losing streak of 4 or more games. Right now 0-6 in the WSC South, trying for their first win, sitting at 7-13 on the year. Taking on Santa Monica, who's 3-3 in conference play, 10-10 overall this season for the Corsairs, as Malik Bray has had his team into a very tough schedule. You look at the schedule so far this year, it's been grueling. 4-7 against ranked opponents this year. They've played 11 games against ranked teams. They beat San Bernardino Valley, they beat Pasadena City, Santiago Canyon, and Chaffee. Chaffee, a team that College of the Canyons saw here earlier on this year and lost. So certainly a squad that has seen some grueling games and a chance here tonight to pick up another win on the road against a struggling COC team. It's Raymond Watts, Yavion Medeiros, Elijah Scranton, Tomasi Gilgis-Alexander, and David Solomon on the floor for Santa Monica in their black uniforms with blue numbers. Moving to our right for College of the Canyons, Jacob Gonzalez, Joshua Barnett, Jeremiah Walker, Mason Savory, and Jonah Elfara in the starting unit. As Raymond Watts able to get free for a bucket. Watts out of Waldorf, Maryland, averaging 6 points a game, has the first bucket of the day, and it's a 2-0 lead for Santa Monica. Here's College of the Canyons in their yellow uniforms, moving to our right, or to our left, pardon me, excuse me. As we said, the Cougars been struggling on a 6-game slide. Only one win in the new year. That came against Cuesta in their very first game of 2024. As we're going to send Jonah Elfara to the line for the first time today. Elfara has been the best Cougar this year. So go to the line to shoot 2. Elfara averaging 15.7 as he knocks down the first free throw, a 56% foul shooter on the year. So we said averaging 15.7 and 11 rebounds per game. 7 straight games with 10 or more points and 6 rebounds. Or he only had 6 rebounds against Glendale, we should actually say, which is the second lowest of the season. Of course, the Cougars came up just short against Glendale, lost 65-64 on the road against the Vaqueros, trying to turn things around and find their first conference win. Nearly got a steal. Watts will pick it back up. Watts trying to drive, now we'll send it over to Scranton. Scranton driving, gets blocked underneath, and he's gonna draw a foul. Scranton the leading scorer this year for Santa Monica, averaging 11.9 and 10 rebounds out of Paraclete High School up in Lancaster. Does that in just about 26, almost 27 minutes per game. As Scranton, a 53% foul shooter on the year, 66 for 124. Missed on the first, knocks down the second, so back to a 1-point lead. Santa Monica's been pretty good at getting to the foul line. Both these teams have done actually a really good job getting to the foul line this season. Santa Monica averages 25 foul shots a game. That's 6th best in the state. The Cougars 23, which is 15th. So maybe expect a lot of foul shots today as Barnett sends up a 3 that's too strong, skips off a bunch of bodies, kind of just pinballed around, and went out of play off of Jeremiah Walker. There's Santa Monica on the offensive side. Solomon gets down low, and he's able to knock it in. Solomon does good work from inside out of Burke, Virginia. The power forward averaging 11.7 and 7 rebounds per game. Shoots a ridiculous 61.1% from the floor, and that is because he does all of his work from pretty much 5 feet and in. Very much like Jonah Alfaro, who if you're a Cougar fan, you've seen a lot of this year. Alfaro shooting 57%, and the same thing, about 5 feet around the basket, does a lot of his work. That's a nice fall-away jumper from Alfaro, who's got 4 to lead the way for COC here early on, as they are back within 1, trailing 5-4. Tomasi Gilgeous-Alexander trying to drive, and he's fouled, and we'll go to the line. Gilgeous-Alexander, the brother of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, part of the Oklahoma City Thunder, currently out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Knocks down the first. 70% foul shooter on the year, makes them both. So it's a 3-point Santa Monica lead. Just underway here from the Cougar Cage if you're joining us. College of the Canyon, Santa Monica, part of a men's and women's basketball doubleheader here on the Cougar Sports Network. Scheduled for 7 games this week, although the rain may change that on us. As we've got baseball scheduled tomorrow, softball doubleheader against Riverside scheduled Friday, and then a men's and women's doubleheader in basketball scheduled on Saturday as Barnett picks up an offensive foul. Cougars and LA Valley on Saturday if you're joining us. Barnett gonna head to the bench with his second foul, 2 in the first 3 minutes of the ball game on JT Barnett. So he'll be on the bench for pretty much the rest of the first half, and that's a big blow to COC as Barnett this year, 15.5 per game in 22 minutes. It's 5 straight games with 10 or more points has really turned it back on. He kind of had a little bit of a slowdown where he'd go up over 10 and under 10 from game to game, but has come on lately. As we said, 5 straight with double figures, but on the bench here early on. So now the Cougars asked to work without him. There's Gilgeous-Alexander waving, trying to direct traffic. He'll go to work now for Santa Monica, sends it far side. 3 from Watts, no good, is short. Savory couldn't pull down the rebound. It's picked up by Santa Monica. The Corsairs will get it over to Gilgeous-Alexander for 3, and he banks it off the window and in. Gilgeous-Alexander, a 30% three-point shooter on the year. Just 8 for 26 this season, but he knocked that one down. Walker trying a 3, no good. Turnover on Santa Monica. 6-point lead for the Corsairs here. As Howard Fisher, the head coach of COC, looks on, trying to help his team get to a victory. Their first in conference play is an 0 for 6 start for COC this year. Canyons, for them, it's the first time they've lost 6 conference games since 2015-2016, or the first 6 conference games, we should say. That year, the Cougars went 0-14. The second longest conference losing streak for COC came back in 2019 of 8 games. So trying to not equal that, get a win here today and snap this 6-game slide. Gomari, a jumper from the elbow, no good. Back the other way comes Santa Monica. Corsairs turn it over. It'll be Canyons basketball. Another made basket for Santa Monica. Timeout called by Howard Fisher as he wants to talk things over. 12-4 Corsairs. 15:06 to go here in the first half. It's been a good start for Santa Monica, a poor start for COC. Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside for a second. So we come back in here 12-4 in favor of Santa Monica. The Cougars have failed to really get up off the floor so far. Just 4 points, all from Jonah Alfara here early on. Here's Jeremiah Walker. Sends it to Ortega, tried to skip it inside to Savory, could not get it there. The Corsairs once again get it inside, and they get it down low to Solomon, who's got 4. Santa Monica just operating well above COC here early on. As they've got a 10-point lead here, just a little over 5.5 into the game. That one off of Santa Monica will reset the clock to 20 on the shot clock. The Cougars will bring it in play. Gonzalez going to check back in for COC. Logan Gomari coming off the floor. Ortega will get it into Gonzalez to run the point here. Walker will send it to Savory in the wing. The Cougars just not been able to get anything going offensively. A blocking foul called against Santa Monica will be the 4th foul on the Corsairs here. As we said, only Jonah Alfara with points on the board so far for College of the Canyons, as we'll see our first subs for Santa Monica. As Medeiros will check off along with Scranton. It's like Mike Hill in there for Santa Monica. Trying to get the second sub here. Looks like Jason Hilliard. Sorry, Santa Monica, those baby blue or those light blue on black is really tough for me to see. As Walker knocks down a 3, that'll be a start to get COC going. 2 for 6 from the floor, the Cougars are. Walker has his first bucket of the ball game as he banked home a 3, just a 23% three-point shooter on the year. As Watts tries for 3, couldn't rattle it home. Rebound tip not put back the first try by Gilgis Alexander, picked up by Savory, and the Cougars will go back the other way. For Walker, that 3 just his 7th of the year. So here's Savory trying to spin to the middle. Cougars work it down low at the block to Alfara. Got it back to Ortega. Up to Walker straight away. Back to Ortega again. Wants to drive. Kicks back Walker. He'll put up a 3 with 3 to shoot. Nearly banked it in again, but that time hit off the heel of the rim, and back the other way come the Corsairs. Gilgis Alexander to work for Santa Monica. Mossy averaging 6.7 points per game and 5 rebounds. He's done a good job distributing the basketball, though. 3.5 assists. There's another 3 knocked down for Santa Monica. Puts them up once again. Actually, it was just a 2. They score it. So 16-7 is the Corsairs able to work a play in. And once again, a 9-point lead. Canyons turns it over as they step out of play. Andrew Zenwa checking in to take over for Savory. Deshaun Harold checking in for COC as well, as he'll take over for Jeremiah Walker. In a 9-point game, Santa Monica back to work offensively. Watts dribbling along the baseline, finds a little space, little runner, no good. Alfara couldn't hold on to the rebound as it tipped out of his hands, and it'll be Santa Monica ball. So a rough start here for COC. 2 of 7 from the floor. Santa Monica 6 of 11. Both teams 1 of 3 from beyond as the Corsairs make a substitution. Hill starts with the basketball, got it to David Solomon, back to Hill. Now Gilgis Alexander with it, trying to work off the dribble against Ortega, went baseline. Tried to throw it across towards the corner. Was looking for Jalen Carter, but he couldn't find him, and it's a turnover. one of the knocks on Gilgis Alexander, 3.1 turnovers per. Although he's distributed the ball well, he has a tendency to turn it over just a touch too. Alfaro just trying to wait for some help, kind of trapped between 4 different Corsairs. Got it outside. Ortega missed long on a 3 as the Cougars remain ice cold so far from the floor. Really have not been able to get anything good. And a blocking foul going to be called against Zenwa. And the Corsairs back to work offensively here. Gilgis Alexander pointing towards Hilliard to set the screen. Will try and drive. Kicks it out. A jumper from about 15 feet is good. Is that one knocked down by Brooklyn Carter, who's not often used. Only 2 points per game this year in just under 10 minutes, but he has a bucket here, and it's an 11-point Santa Monica lead, so the Corsairs continue to find ways to get open, and the Cougars continue to find ways to struggle. Is that pass too much for Alfaro inside as Zenwa was trying to feed him? Corsairs will go back to work offensively here. Caldwell will dribble it out high. Santa Monica content to take their time here. Hilliard with it will get it over to Gilgis Alexander. Back out. Caldwell kicks it into the middle. 3-pointer on the way. Short. No good from Hill. Rebound Canyons and Gonzalez the other way. Skip pass inside, trying to get it to a Zenwa. Tipped out a play by Santa Monica. And it'll stay with COC here. Here's Gonzalez to try and go to work. Send it to Ortega. His pass knocked out of play. Komari checking back in for COC here. Canyons again struggling to just even get a look offensively right now. As credit the Santa Monica defense, they've been tight so far on their own end. Just 5 to shoot for COC off the inbound. Again trying to get it to a Zenwa, and again stolen away, but out of play off of Santa Monica as Hilliard was trying to bounce it out off of a Zenwa and bounced it out off himself. So now the Cougars have just 4 seconds to get a shot off, and again can't even get the ball in play. Now they'll get it in. Alfara's going to need to do something real quick. Left hand, no. As Zenwa couldn't pull down the board. Outlet the other way, Santa Monica quickly. As Lafayette Williams will stop things up and go to work offensively. Hilliard able to slip a couple of defenders. Finds the roll off the rim and in. 13-point lead now, 20-7. Just out of sync here early on. Last home game COC had was against West LA, the number 2 team in the state, as Gomari knocks down a 3. Maybe that'll get the Cougars going. 8th 3 of the year for Gomari, who's a 43% three-point shooter. Cuts the lead back to 10. As we were saying, the last game COC played here at Lee Smelser Court was against number 2 Santa Monica. They lost 80-68, but they had a halftime lead. At one point, we're up by 13 in the ball game, but just took their foot off the gas, and that was enough for the number 2 team in the state to turn it up and go back to work and win the game. So we've seen times where COC has looked very, very good, and times where they've just struggled. This is one of those times here early on where they've struggled with 8:30 to go, trailing by 10, as they've only got 10 points so far here in the first half. Harold, nice shot from the elbow was good. Back-to-back buckets for COC. Is Harold putting in some minutes here? Deshaun this season only averaging 8 minutes a game, 2.8 points per game. His season high was 11, and his season high in minutes 22. Those both came against LA Trade Tech during the Cougar Holiday Classic. Alfara tips that one out of play. Cougars this year, the efficiency has not been good, and we've seen it right now. Net efficiency this year, negative 0.49, which is 57th in the state. Not the worst, but right about middle of the pack. And their middle of the pack offensive efficiency as well. 982, 59th in the state. It's been a struggle offensively at times, as a step back 2 is good. Knocked down by Carter. Lead back up to 10. And at times the defense has found ways, but steadily lately they've just kind of fallen off on both ends of the floor. The efficiency has steadily gone down on the defensive side to 1.031. It's Harold for 3, too much on it. Back the other way, Santa Monica, who's shooting 56% from the floor, well above their season average of 43%. They've been good so far, 9 of 16. Here's a deep 3 on the way, no good. Offensive board, though, for Scranton. The Corsairs go back to work. This is a really good rebounding team from Santa Monica. 12th in the state in rebounds per game with 41. And you're talking about a Canyons team that's a pretty good rebounding team. 38 rebounds per game, that's 26, just outside the top 25. Most of them come from that man who just pulled down the board, Jonah Alfara, who so far this year is number 1 in the state in defensive rebounds with 172 coming in. Second in the state in total rebounds with 233. Doesn't do a lot of his work on the offensive glass. Doesn't need to, as he's pretty efficient down low. So he said shoots 57%. Missed on that one trying to spin, and then Harold's going to be called for a foul. 4th in rebounds per game is Alfara as well. So far today, he's got 2 boards, both on the defensive end. 4 points to lead the way for COC. Tomasi Gilgis-Alexander with 5 points to lead the way for Santa Monica. As it's a 10-point Corsair lead, 6:28 to go here in the first half, 22-12. Three-pointer knocked down. Good shot from the corner. Good job to move the ball around to Mike Hill, who's just a 26% three-point shooter on the year. 14 of 53, but he knocks that one down. Hill's got 6 points. Scratch that, 3 points now. And once again, Santa Monica back with a 13-point lead. Barnett checked back in. Cougars got it inside to Alfara, who puts back his miss. A timeout called by College of the Canyons. 5:39 to go here in the first half. 25-14 will step aside.
College of the Canyons is always ready when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougars athletics programs offer a great college experience. Take control of your athletic future at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
$5:39 to go here in the first. College of the Canyons trailing Santa Monica 25-14. Cougars get one down low once again. This cuts the lead back to 9, so COC trying to go to work here. That ball gets stuck in the rim. It'll be Canyons basketball. So a stop for COC, and that's where the work's going to have to come in, is on the defensive end. So the Cougars will need to get something going defensively right now. To keep themselves in this ball game. It's just a 9-point lead. Here's Gomari for 3, no good. Skying for the offensive board is Savory, and he's going to draw the foul. Went back up with it and couldn't put it in, but gets himself to the line. Savory this season, 74% foul shooter. Was unable to make either. So Santa Monica back to work with a 9-point lead. Corsairs turn it over down low, trying to skip it inside and just had too much heat on the pass. Isaiah Baptista checking back into the game. Gonzalez stops his dribble, sends it inside to Savory. Canyons plays catch with it around the perimeter. Here's Barnett. Savory then picks up an offensive foul. And actually, Savory made one of the 2 foul shots. The scoreboard took a little second to tick, and I just noticed it, so. These things happen, as we've said before here on the webcast. I'm not perfect. If I was, I'd be at Dodger Stadium. But instead, we go to work here, which is just fine. I like it here anyway. As steal taken away by Barnett. He'll go back the other way for COC. Sends it inside. Izenwa. Score it in the foul for Izenwa. Andrew Izenwa, who averages just 3 points a game in 7.5 minutes. The freshman out of Golden Valley High School. Finds one, and he'll go to the line for an old-fashioned 3-point play to try and get it within 5. As a timeout called by Santa Monica here. 3:11 to go in the first half, 25-19 in favor of the Corsairs.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice your sub is the coolest thing you'll see. And the second coolest thing you'll see is this.
Woo! Here we go. Twirl. Up, dip, hand down. One hand, up. No. Flip.
I could eat.
Sliced right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
3:11 to go here in the first half. 25-19 as Andrew Azenwa, 66% foul shooter, goes to the line for COC. For Azenwa, that bucket, his first 2 points in the last 2 games. He's only had 4 points in the last 3, so trying to get him going a little bit here as he misses on the foul shot, so it remains a 6-point game. 25-19. Santa Monica back to work offensively here. Gilgis Alexander will send it up high. Corsairs around the perimeter. Mike Hill now back to Gilgis Alexander from in to out. Alexander's 3 no good. Alfaro the defensive board, his 3rd of the ball game and 4th overall. As Canyons goes back the other way offensively. Gonzalez catches inside the center circle and will point out directions. Cougars get set into their offense. Alfaro trying to dribble it inside. Wow, nice move from Alfaro, just missed on the lay-in. Offensive rebound, though, pulled down by Azenwa. Here's Barnett, will put up an early shot clock 3, way too much on it. Azenwa trying to tip the rebound, actually bounced it off of Mike Hill and got it back. And the Cougars able to work it inside to Alfaro for the reverse layup. Good pass from Baptista, and Canyons back within 4. That was kind of a lucky play. Azenwa just trying to tip the rebound out, actually tipped it right off the face of Mike Hill. Got it back, and the Cougars were able to work it around for an open shot. Santa Monica will work an open shot for Hill for 3, no good. Gilgis Alexander, the offensive board, tried to go down low against Alfaro, but now will come back out high. Corsairs will work around the perimeter. Hill into the wing. Deep 2, knocked down. Off the far side for Santa Monica by Shakur Sidney. For Sidney, his first bucket of the ball game. Sidney, a guy that only plays about 6 minutes a game and averages just under 1.5 points. Baptista, 3 for him, knocks it down. Baptista, who early on in the year looked like he was going to be a big-time player for COC, but has slowed down, knocks down a 3, just his 15th of the year, but it cuts the lead back to 1 possession. Gilgis Alexander just running around everybody with those long strides and those long arms. The 6'7" guard out of Toronto. An easy lay-in for him. Lead back out to 5. Here's Barnett for COC. Tried to force it inside. Alfaro able to get it. And he's going to draw the foul and go to the line. That's a lucky play for COC. It was really a forced pass. By Barnett. Somehow Alfaro was able to find it as it was first cut down by Hillard. But Hillard never got a good clean handle on it. So Alfaro to the line to shoot 2. Gets the first one to roll in. Shakes his head afterwards. Alfaro with 9 points and 4 boards so far in the ball game. Barnett checking out as Gomari coming back in. Alfaro misses on the second. Santa Monica trying to save the rebound. Turns it over, but Gonzalez couldn't finish it off as he was open down low inside the paint. So 35 seconds to go here in the first half. 4-point lead. Gilgis Alexander ships it inside. Hillard trying to work around, missed on the first attempt, got his own offensive rebound and put it back in. Remember, this is a Santa Monica team that's really good on the glass, especially on the offensive side. 14.6 offensive boards per game, 5th best in California. As they show it right there. Back to a 6-point lead, a tie-up down low, arrow with Canyons. And so that actually hurts COC with .2, as they would have had the ball coming out of halftime. Instead have the ball with .9 on the clock as they reset it. And that will put the ball back in Santa Monica's hands to start the second half. So that's kind of an unfortunate break. It would have almost been better if you didn't tie the ball up if you're COC. Canyons will inbound Alfara. A beautiful play for Jonah Alfara. Score the basket. Gets it back to a 4-point game. Alfara with 11 on the one-handed tip off the inbound from Gonzalez. That was a perfectly set up play for COC. They're back within striking distance. We'll head to halftime here from Lee Smelser Court at the Cougar Cage. 31-27, Santa Monica leading.
College of the Canyons is always ready when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougars athletics programs offer a great college experience. Take control of your athletic future at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice your sub is the coolest thing you'll see. And the second coolest thing you'll see is this.
Woo! Here we go. Twirl. Up, dip, through. Hand down. One hand, up. No. Flip. I could eat. Sliced right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do, and the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
At College of the Canyons, we're always here to help make your future remarkable. Choosing classes is always flexible, so you can study your way. Learn at one of our 2 state-of-the-art campuses, or from home with our online options. Tuition is always affordable, with classes starting at just $46 per unit. We offer financial aid and 0 textbook cost classes to help you save. Always flexible, affordable, remarkable. Always College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule now.
our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly slice your sub right in front of you, which takes some training.
Rising up, bread's on the sheet. Did my time, took out my toppings. Went the distance, now my prep is complete. Just a limb and its will to thrive. It's the arm of the slicer, it's the thrill of the slice. Freshly sliced before your eyes, unlike our rivals. And then every last arriver gets a sub that excites. And it's all thanks to the well-trained arm of the slicer.
Sliced right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
College of the Canyons is always ready when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougars athletics programs offer a great college experience. Take control of your athletic future at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice your sub is the coolest thing you'll see. And the second coolest thing you'll see is this.
Woo! Here we go. Twirl. Up, big toe. Hand down. One hand, up. Up. Flip. I could eat. Sliced right in front of you. The Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health.
At College of the Canyons, we're always here to help make your future remarkable. Choosing classes is always flexible, so you can study your way. Learn at one of our 2 state-of-the-art campuses, or from home with our online options. Tuition is always affordable, with classes starting at just $46 per unit. We offer financial aid and 0 textbook cost classes to help you save. Always flexible, affordable, remarkable. Always College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule now.
Welcome back into the Cougar Sports Network as we get ready for second half action. College of the Canyons and Santa Monica College in a 4-point game, 31-27 in favor of the Corsairs, as they'll start with the basketball moving to our left here in this second half. Santa Monica 13 of 25 in the first half, shot 52% from the floor. 2 of 8 from 3, 3 of 4 from the line. So these two teams, which are both usually very good at getting the line, as Raymond Watts knocks down a jumper to open up here in the second half. Only 11 foul shots between the two. Canyons 10 of 26, 3 of 9 from 3, 4 of 7 from downtown. Santa Monica out-rebounded the Cougars 19-12 as Alfara gets loose once again and finds another bucket. Alfara today, 5 of 10, shooting 50% from the floor. 13 points, 4 boards, an assist, and a turnover for him. As Santa Monica again able to efficiently work it inside and get an easy bucket for Elijah Scranton, their leading scorer, who's been quiet so far today. And that draws an immediate timeout from Howard Fisher, who was not happy with the defensive effort. They've done a good job against Elijah Scranton. In 12 minutes of the first half, he only had 3 points. And he actually only had 1 point. That's his first field goal of the ball game. So in 12 minutes so far in the game, he's got 3 points. Remember, that's a guy that usually averages almost 12 points a game. It's been a spread offense for Santa Monica today. Only Tomasi Gilgeous-Alexander with 7 points. Raymond Watts with 6. Hillard with 4. Solomon with 4. Scranton and Hill both with 3. And then Medeiros, Sidney, and Carter, along with Brooklyn Caldwell, all with 2. So everybody but Lafayette Williams has scored so far today for Santa Monica. 10 of their 11 players on the floor have scored. For COC, it's been the Jonah Alfara show. Is only nobody else over 5 points in the ball game. Walker, Baptista, Gomari each with 3. Savory with 3 as well. Gonzalez misses. Canyons going to keep the rebound as it goes out off of Santa Monica. And then Harold and Zenwa with 2. So the Cougars will get a reset here. 35-29, 18:44 to go here in the second half as we have just started in the second half of the ball game. Waiting on the score or the shot clock to get reset, as the ball was never touched by either side off the player. It was never really touched or controlled by Canyons. It was really actually out off of Santa Monica. And there's some delay because there's some water on the floor, it looks like. Cougars will bring it back into play here. Walker inside Alfara. Scranton swats it away. Not many guys in the state are going to be able to play that tough against Alfara down low. Scranton certainly one, or excuse me, Solomon certainly one of them. As Solomon's 6'8". And when you look at David Solomon's size as well, billed at 6'8", 276, and it's 276 of muscle. Alfara usually a guy that can push guys around as Savory knocks down a jumper. Because Alfara, a lot of muscle as well. You look at Jonah, 6'5", 210. Gives away some 66 pounds to Solomon. Is stepping on the end line was Gilgeous-Alexander. It'll be Canyons basketball. In a 6-point game. Remember, women's basketball coming up next. Lady Cougars trying to bounce back and pick up another win, as they sit right now in second in the WSC South at third in the WSC South at 4-2. Lost their last time out to number 7 Glendale, taking on Santa Monica, who's struggling a little bit through the year at just 2-16. Foul on Elijah Scranton. Scranton was upset afterwards, and David Solomon, the freshman power forward, actually telling them to leave it alone. Savory to the line for a pair of foul shots, knocks down the first. Savory 2 of 3 from the line today. Now has 6 points. Makes them both. So back up to 7 points for Mason Savory. So Corsairs quickly back down the floor and get an easy bucket. Santa Monica working very efficiently on the offensive side today, shooting 57%. 3 from Walker, no. Savory pokes the rebound out of play. Not sure where he was trying to tip it, but tipped it out. Out-of-town scoreboard, East LA leading Rio Hondo 50-28. That one just underway in the second half. Citrus and West LA, a battle of 2 top 25 teams. West LA number 2, Citrus number 19. And the Owls right now on the road, the 41-36 lead as that game getting ready to start the second half. Three-pointer on the way from Santa Monica, short as Medeiros couldn't knock it down, and it'll be Santa Monica basketball as it was Touched out of bounds by Canyons. Mount San Antonio, 37-27 lead over Pasadena City as they're getting ready to start the second half there. Oxnard 42, Santa Barbara 41, just underway in the second half. Fullerton, a 48-33 lead over Santa Ana. Fullerton, another team in the top 25 for most of the year. We're ranked number 1 early on in the year. But it's been West Valley from up north and West LA pretty much the rest of the season so far. LA Harbor, a 36-32 lead at halftime over Compton. Allen Hancock destroying Ventura, 40-17, just underway in the second half. Saddleback, a 12-point lead over Golden West, just starting in the second half there. 48-36 is another bucket for Santa Monica as all of a sudden they've climbed back to a 9-point lead. This was a 3 for the Corsairs. This was Medeiros to knock down 3. Medeiros now with 7 in the ball game. Canyons taking their time offensively. Savory will put up a tough shot. He knocks it down over the top of Gilgis Alexander. Savory now with 9. Long Beach 40, El Camino 24. Fresno City 50, Columbia 25. Bakersfield and LA Valley not reporting a score right now. That's a Western State Conference South Division game. Antelope Valley and Glendale in a tight one. Glendale leading 54-51 on the road against Antelope Valley. Trade Tech leading LA City 51-37. Reedley a 40-38 lead over Sequoias. Santiago Canyon a 39-33 lead over Riverside. And those are all the scores being reported so far. 3C2asports.org if you're looking for out-of-town scoreboard. COCathletics.com if you're looking for our full schedule. You can find men's and women's basketball, baseball, and softball both getting started as well. Keep an eye on that. Find live stream links there as well. Savory knocks down a pair of foul shots. He's got 11 now. Deshaun Harold checks back in to take over for Jeremiah Walker. Canyons trying to climb back again, trailing by 5. Gilgis Alexander for Santa Monica. Javion Medeiros, he'll put up a 3 over the top of Baptista. It's good. Medeiros another 3. He's got 10 to lead the way. Medeiros 24 of 78 from 3 coming in, 30% three-point shooter, only averages 8.3 points per game, but he's made the most threes for Santa Monica this season in his just under 22 minutes. Stretches the lead back out again. Cougars can't tip one in. Savory gets it back and he's fouled. Foul's gonna go. Gonna go to Jason Hilliard. As it'll send Savory back to the line once again for a pair of foul shots. It's working in your favor if you knock him down for COC. 9 of 12 so far. Hilliard coming off the floor. Brooklyn Caldwell back in. Savory knocks down both. So you stop the clock, you get 2 points. You're back within 6. It's a 2-possession game. 15-10 to go here in the second half. Santa Monica with the basketball working offensively. Gilgis Alexander will drop it for Hill. Back up top now, Jalen Carter. Now I got it over to Medeiros. He'll put up another 3, no good. Harold and Alfara nearly turned the rebound over, but got it back. Canyons to Savory, and he's going to draw a foul against David Solomon. Already the 4th foul on Santa Monica here in the second half. None so far against Canyons. It's the 3rd on Solomon. So keep an eye on how long he stays in there with 3 here early as Barnett knocks down a 3. First field goal of the ball game for Barnett. Cuts it back to a 3-point game. Carter and Medeiros playing catch. They get inside. Solomon off the window, an easy bucket for him. As he jogs calmly back down the floor. Solomon now with 6. Canyons nearly turns it over, goes out off of Santa Monica. Travel on Mason Savory, so Canyons turnover. 6 of the game on COC. Good pass from Solomon, and it draws a Mason Savory foul as Caldwell was going up. Savory got his hand on the ball, but got a little bit too much of Caldwell's body and arm. It's going to send Caldwell to the line, 57% foul shooter. Third foul on Mason Savory. So Savory with 3. Solomon and Hilliard with 3, along with Elisha Scranton on the other side. Solomon to the bench. First of 2 foul shots from Caldwell was good. Second, no good. Back to a 6-point game. Savory from the corner. Alfaro was calling. They'll get it to Barnett instead. He'll put up a 3 and knocks it down. Back-to-back threes for JT Barnett. Good to see from him. Maybe starting to heat up. Back to a 3-point game. Medeiros wanted to work it inside. They got it to Amar Brown, who's fouled. Goes against Ortega here. Turnover off the inbound play on the Corsairs. It's just a miscommunication with Gilgis Alexander and Jalen Carter. Canyons trailing by a bucket here. 18-footer Savory, good. Nice in rhythm shot from Mason Savory. He leads the way with 15. Canyons back within 1, 48-47. Brand new ball game here with 12:55 to go. Santa Monica led by 13 at one point in the first half, but the Cougars have found their rhythm a little bit here offensively in the second. Harold trying to defend. Missed shot from Medeiros. Picked up by Caldwell. Gets loose under the basket as the Cougars had a couple of bodies down low. One of them, Mason Savory, with 3 fouls. Couldn't be as aggressive as he'd like, so Caldwell get the bucket. Savory underneath. Alfaro bumped and fouled. Push from Lamar Brown, they say. Freshman out of Veritas High School in Duarte. Medeiros checking out. Raymond Watts coming back in. With foul on Santa Monica. Savory couldn't catch the inbound cleanly. Tried to go up without the ball, lost it and turned it over. So it's Santa Monica back the other way. Gilgis Alexander to Watts on the wing for 3, no good, too much. Cougars back up the floor the other way. Ortega, now to Harold. Harold dumps it back off Ortega. Throws it across onto the near side. Barnett with 6 of 3. He's fouled, will go to the line. As a late closeout from Jalen Carter landing in Barnett's space. He draws the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 3. Chance to tie the game the hard way here for Josh Barnett, who's a 58% foul shooter, 36 of 62 on the year, makes the first. Barnett's starting to come alive. He's got 7. Remember, running on a 5-game streak of 10 or more points. Misses on the second, so he will not be able to tie the game. Substitutions here for Santa Monica. Gilgis Alexander off the floor. Mike Hill back into the game. Zenoir up to the table late. Barnett makes the shot. That'll give the Cougars a chance to set defensively here as Savory comes out with his 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 fouls. Sit down for a spell. 1-point game, 50-49. 11:45 to go here in the second half. Santa Monica to work with the basketball. Watts inside. Brown fouled and will go to the line. They give it to Ortega. So 52-49, back to a 3-point lead. Barnett, a 3, no good. Rattled in and out. Two to shoot for Santa Monica. Little runner from Hill, no good. Back the other way comes College of the Canyons. Still a 1-possession game. Santa Monica leading 52-49. Barnett to Harold. Inside is Zenoir. Little jumper from about 6 feet is good. Good passing from COC that time, as Zenoir has 4 now. The Cougars back within 1. Here's Hill. Back to Watts, a 3 on the way, too much on it. And then unfortunately that ball bounced off of JT Barnett and went out of play, so it'll stay with Santa Monica here. But they will only have 11 to shoot as the 3 from Watts touched just the backboard, not the rim. Now the official's gonna discuss if it touched the backboard or the rim. As they say, clock's good. It did not touch anything but the backboard. So Santa Monica with 10, and that is a beautifully worked inbound play. They went right to David Solomon off the inbound play from Raymond Watts. And Solomon, showing off his passing ability, dumped it right back to Watts, who was wide open as he drew 2 Cougars right to him. So back to a 3-point lead here for Santa Monica. Savory works outside the perimeter, got it to Barnett. Little heat check for him from 3, no good. Ortega the rebound. Barnett, little stutter step. Tries to draw contact, threw one wildly off the window that's no good. Santa Monica able to come up with it. 3-pointer on the other side in a little bit of transition, no good. Zenoir, good inside position against Solomon. Canyons trying to get out in transition the other way here. They'll drop to Harold. Harold works it inside to Savory. Savory backing things off. Harold fell down on this near side of the play. They got it to Zenoir, did the Cougars, but he was blocked down low. I think Solomon got a hand on it. And Watts back up the floor for Santa Monica. Weird sequence right there. Corsairs will put up a 3. No good. A couple of bodies got tied up. Scranton got knocked down. Harold got the rebound for COC. They'll work in Azenwa. Back to Ortega, now to Barnett. Wing 3 to tie the game, no. Savory, the putback is there. It's back to a 1-point game. 8.5 to go here in the ball game. Santa Monica calling a timeout. 8:31 to go, 54-53. Santa Monica leading by 1. We'll take a break.
Meet Nigel Terry. In 2018, UCLA Health made him Laker for a day. Not because he beat cancer once, he beat cancer twice. He inspired us to push, to make the impossible possible. Because that's what Nigels do. And the world needs more Nigels. UCLA Health. UCLA Health.
1-point game here from Lee Smelser Court at the Cougar Cage. Remember, folks, follow COC Athletics on the web, www.cocathletics.com for all the scores, schedules, news, highlights, live stream links, whatever you may find, it'll be on cocathletics.com. You can also follow along on Facebook, College of the Canyons Athletics on Facebook. You'll see some social media posts, get game day graphics and updates. Same thing on Instagram as well, at COC Athletics. Make sure you follow all of the COC social media channels as we go back to work here in the second half. 54-53, 8:31 to go. Santa Monica out in front. It led by as much as 13, and the Cougars have climbed back in it. Now some steady work from COC on both sides of the floor has gotten them back in the ball game to go along with 12 foul shots made on 16 attempts for COC. It's kind of kept them in. They get a takeaway. Baptista to Barnett, back to Baptista on the near side as the Cougars work on the offensive side. Harold gonna try a 3 for the lead. Deshaun Harold knocks it down. He's got 5, and the Cougars have their first lead of the ball game at 56-54. Santa Monica led for 32 minutes and some change. And the Cougars have their first advantage. The Corsairs nearly had a chance to go for a 3-point play down low, but Scranton just gonna go to line to try and tie it here.
Personal foul, number 42, John Alfaro. That's his first personal. And the 14th foul. Scranton to the line, shooting 2.
Scranton misses the first. So you get a big 3 from Deshaun Harold, who's put in some solid minutes today. Again, remember Harold, only 8.1 minutes per game, averages just shade under 3 points per game, but has 5 today, including the go-ahead 3 just moments ago. Scranton misses both, so it stays at 2-point Canyons lead, and they can try and stretch it here. Baptista for 3 off the wing, no good. Rebound tips around, Alfaro comes away with it. Good save from Alfaro, got it to Barnett. He'll try and drive. Gets towards the basket, off the window and good. Barnett with double figures, make it 6 straight games for him with 10 or more points. The lead is 4. The Corsairs offense is slumped here a little bit in the midway portion. A 3 no good, a foul on the offensive side. Solomon a push in the back on a rebound play. That's gonna be the 4th on David Solomon. It's the 7th foul on Santa Monica. It's not a shooting foul since it's, or is it a shooting foul? They're walking the ball up the floor. Did they call a technical foul? And Deshaun Harold got a technical foul. So Harold must have said something after the foul inside on Solomon. So the officials kind of going back and forth. Harold has to shoot 1-and-1 on the right side of the floor. Santa Monica has to shoot 2 technical foul shots on the left side of the floor first. Jamie Medeiros, who's a 71% foul shooter, will take those, and he knocks down the first. So we can get it back to a 2-point game here. Although the Cougars have an opportunity to stretch it back to 4 on the other side. Medeiros misses the second, so it's a 3-point game. And Harold will go to the line 1-and-1. Deshaun Harold, 55% foul shooter. Harold makes the first. Harold makes the second. So it's a 5-point Canyons lead, 60-55. Remember, the Cougars on a 6-game losing streak, trying to snap that, pick up their first win in conference play this year. There's an offensive foul called against Santa Monica. Scranton called for it as Savory able to draw it down low. His feet outside the restricted area draws the charge. It's the 4th foul on Scranton. So now you got Scranton with 4, Solomon with 4. Those are the leading scorers for Santa Monica this season. They've got 11 from Medeiros and 10 from Watts so far today. So the Cougars have done a good job against Solomon and Scranton. Solomon with 6, Scranton with just 3. Harold for 3 again, he's got it! Deshaun Harold with 10 in the ball game. The lead is now 8 for College of the Canyons. Barnett with a block from behind. Baptista couldn't come up with it though. Another miss from Scranton. The Cougars in transition. Barnett off the window, no good on the layup. Had too much pace. Elfara nearly the steal as we go back and forward. And Solomon fouled by Baptista. Not much that Baptista can do against, or excuse me, Elisha Scranton that time fouled by Baptista. That's actually a good foul by Isaiah Baptista. Baptista at 6'1", Elisha Scranton at 6'6". And Scranton kind of trying to muscle Baptista off the ball and get an easy bucket. Baptista says, no, I'll just take the foul. 6th foul on Canyons. Just the first foul on Baptista. Solomon off the inbound play for Santa Monica is fouled by Baptista, so he picks up another one, and that will send Solomon to the line for 1-and-1. Solomon first trip to the line for him today, shooting 1-and-1, knocks down the first. Solomon 15th in the state in field goal percentage coming in today, 61.1%. He's 100% today, 3 for 3 from the floor, but that's been it. That's all he's had so far today. Those 2 foul shots, his first two shots from the line, he's got 5 now. Or, excuse me, 8 now, sorry. Math not my strong suit. Harold, another 3. Does he have it? No, but Elfara with the offensive board. 10th rebound for Elfara. Another 3, no good. Harold gets the offensive board. He's got a season high of 12. Canyons with an 8-point lead. And Santa Monica timeout, 65-67, 5:36 to go. Canyons leading by 8 here from Lee Smelser Court at the Cougar Cage. Cougars finally putting it all together today. 17 from Savory, double-double for Alfara, 13 and 10. 12 a season high from Deshaun Harold, and 10 from JT Barnett, his 6th straight game. With 10 or more, the Cougars lead by 8. For Barnett, his 15th 10-point game of the season. For Harold, his 3rd. It was a big 12 points from him. Here's Medeiros inside, slips the defender and lays it in, cuts the lead back to 6. For Savory, comes alive today, his 8th 10-point game of the season. For Alfara, give him 10 double-doubles on the year, give him 17 10-point games and 12 10-rebound games. As he has continued to be the leader. Harold for 3 again, no, this time missed. So the heat off Harold a little bit from downtown after he had a couple of threes here in this half. Santa Monica trying to turn things back around. Medeiros 3, and he got it, and all of a sudden a 5-0 run closes an 8-point lead down to 3. 65-62, 4:40 to go here in the ball game. Harold, who's got 12, got it to Alfara, an elbow jumper, no. Solomon, the defensive board. Santa Monica with a chance to tie the game here after Canyons pumped it to 8. The Corsairs took a timeout as Malik Bray was adamant in the huddle, pounding his hands together, trying to get his team fired up. Medeiros to tie, short. Savory with the rebound will take his time, and the Cougars will go back the other way. Baptista just holds it above his head, got it to Harold. Now Baptista trying to drive, draws a blocking foul, and he'll get himself to the line. The foul going down low against give it to Hilliard. Baptista to the line to shoot a pair. Baptista this year, 60% from the line. First is good. Second is there as well. Jacob Gonzalez checking back in for COC. Five-point lead. Scranton draws a foul. He'll go to the line. Foul on Deshaun Harold, his second. We'll send Scranton to the line for a pair of foul shots here. Scranton short on the first. Scranton's been to the line a couple of times today, 1 of 5 from the line. Second no good as well. Savory with the rebound. Lead stays at 5, inside of 3.5 to go. Here's Barnett. Cougars around the perimeter now. Gonzalez with it. Gonzalez guarded tightly by Medeiros. Got it to Barnett. Skip pass inside. Harold blocked from behind. Watt's going to be called for the foul. No, they're actually going to give it to David Solomon. Going to be his 5th, so Solomon done. 8 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks, and 5 fouls will send him to the bench. That's going to send Jalen Carter back out onto the floor. Harold to shoot 2 here in a 5-point game. So Canyon's trying to get off the floor and get their first win of the season in conference play. Harold makes both, back to a 7-point lead. Under 3 to go here. Watts trying to drive. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks it over. Carter, a 3 is good. It's a big 3 from Jalen Carter. Back to a 4-point lead. Well, we have a second. 64-63 Citrus over West LA right now with 7:22 to go. Check the live stats on 3C2asports.com. Medeiros going to be called for a foul. Gonzalez going to go to the line for 1-and-1. Actually, it's going to be 2 as the Cougars in the plus here. Gonzalez is 70% foul shooter. We'll head to the line. Medeiros trying to plead his case. Malik Bray doing the same to the official on the far side. Gonzalez to shoot a pair here as he misses the first short. Santa Monica comes in on a 2-game winning streak. It's their second road game in as many contests. They beat Bakersfield 57-54 on the road last weekend. Still some time here as Gonzalez misses both. That's going to hurt as we go down the road. Canyons in the ball game has been good as there's a foul called on COC. It's going to send Scranton back to the line. Harold picks up the foul. It's his 3rd, I believe. Cougars 18 of 24. Santa Monica 9 of 16 from the line. Harold's 3rd foul. Scranton 1 of 6 from the line today. So I guess if you're going to foul anybody right now, even though Elijah Scranton's the leading scorer for Santa Monica on the season, on average, only got 3 points today and has not really been able to get going from the floor. 1 of 2 from the floor, 1 of 6 from the line. He has not attempted a 3 today. It's usually a guy that shoots 51% from the floor, but the Cougars have just held him down as he makes the first foul shot. Baptista back into the game to take over for Gonzalez. It's a 3-point game, chance to get it to 2 here with 2:29 to go for Scranton. Remember, David Solomon on the bench, 2nd leading scorer for Santa Monica. Scranton misses the 2nd. Harold pulls down another rebound. Harold now with 4 boards in the ball game. Canyons 4 different scorers in double figures here. Harold bounces off a body, got it back to Baptista. Dumped it for Barnett. Guarded tightly out high. Is Carter staying right with him. 8 to shoot, got it to Savory. Savory gonna be called for a travel. Jumped through the lane, never got the ball in the air. So the Cougars turn it over in a 3-point game with 2:04 to go. It'll be Santa Monica back to work offensively. Just when the Cougars try to get some breathing room, the Corsairs have found an answer. Here late in the second half, Santa Monica led for the first 32 minutes of the ball game, and we are tied Tomasi Gilgeous-Alexander ties it at 69 with a triple. He's got 10. Howard Fisher wants a timeout to talk things over with 1:42. We'll stay right here. For COC, the mark this year has been 80. Cougars have lost every game this year. They've been held under 80 points. So they got to get 11 points in a minute and 42 seconds to give themselves really a shot this season, it seems. They're 5-0 when they score 80 or more this year, compared to just 2-13 when held under that number. So they've yet to break the 80-point plateau in conference play. Shows you how tight the WSC South has been this year defensively. And they've kind of been in every game for the most part until late. Today is in Glendale, the two games where they've been the closest late in the ball game. As you look, they've lost 80-69 to LA Valley in what was a close game early, but ran away late. Bakersfield came ahead 72-65 here at Least Smelser Court. Another game that was tight, and the Renegades were able to just pull away. The only really bad blowout was Citrus, a 91-71 game. They lost to Antelope Valley 84-78 here at Least Smelser Court. Of course, lost by 12 to West LA in a game they were leading for most of the game on Saturday this past weekend. And then a 65-64 loss to Glendale. So trying to, really the 80-point number has been the magic number for COC this year. 5 of their 7 wins come when they have over 80 points. They are tied at 69 as the Cougars go back to work offensively. Here's Barnett with the basketball. Got it to Deshaun Harold. Harold looking, tries to skip it inside. Alfara double teamed down low. Alfara needs some help, and College of the Canyon's going to call a timeout here. A good timeout from COC. They have one left after that, as Howard Fisher recognized that Alfara was trapped and couldn't do much with the basketball. It's a full timeout. Yelling off that Santa Monica sideline right now, as the Corsairs were not happy. They thought maybe Alfara had went out of bounds on the play, and the coaching staff for Santa Monica was just trying to calm them down, really. Malik Bray up there trying to get guys to settle down and say, look, we still got game to play here, a minute and a half. DeAndre Caruso as well standing up and kind of, guys, settle, we're okay. Look at both benches talking things over here in a 69-69 game with a minute 29 to go. Santa Monica breaks huddle first, and they'll come back out onto the floor. Cougars would tend to shoot off the inbound here. It's going to be Barnett to bring it in play. Gets it to Savory in the corner. Savory spins. 16-footer too strong. Alfara had the rebound stripped away from him and crashed down to the floor. And the Corsairs back the other way. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Corsairs taking their time here. Going to run the shot clock. Watts trying to spin against Harold. Tied up by Harold for the moment. Got it back to Gilgeous-Alexander with 8. He'll drive. Draws the foul. It's going to go against... It's actually Baptista on the initial coverage, and I think Harold picks up the foul. No, they give it to Alfara. Just his second, but it sends Tomasi Gilgeous-Alexander to the line. 2 for 2 today from the line, so a chance to give Santa Monica the lead once again. TGA makes the first. Misses on the second, but an offensive rebound and another foul on Alfara. 2 quick fouls on Alfara. He's got plenty to work with, though. This is only his 3rd foul. And it sends Elijah Scranton back to the line. Scranton today, 7 rebounds, just 4 points. Has struggled today, but he'll go to the line here once again. Scranton's had a double-double in 3 of his last 5, but I don't think he's going to get there today with just 55.6 to go. Misses the first as it rattles around. 70-69, Corsairs in the lead after Tomas Gilgeous-Alexander's one of 2 trip to the line. Scranton trying to make it back to a full 2-point lead as he missed on the first. Makes the second, so 71-69, 55.6. Barnett going to be guarded the full length of the floor by Carter here. Breaks the timeline, works back to the middle of the floor. Now drives to his left, off the screen of Savory, dumps it to Savory. Puts it off the window, no good. Gilgeous-Alexander the rebound. 35 to go, about an 11-second difference on the clocks here. Santa Monica gonna waste time right now. They can take it all the way down inside 20 seconds. Gilgeous-Alexander driving, and he's fouled by Barnett. Third foul on Barnett. Gilgeous-Alexander back to the line once again. 3 of 4 from the line today. Can make it a 2-possession game with these 2 foul shots here with 18.9. Makes the first. Second is good as well. Timeout Santa Monica. So 4-point game with 18.9 to go. Cougars let an 8-point lead slip away here late in the second half after they climbed out of a 13-point deficit. Looking at that West LA Citrus game, which is an interesting one, 73-71 now in favor of West LA. So the Wildcats have found a way to retake the lead. Fullerton leading Santa Ana now, 69-56. Fullerton, the 4th ranked team in the state. There's another top 25 team in action. So Canyons basketball, 73-69, 4-point game, 18.9 to go. So the Cougars will get it to Savory off the inbound. Savory nearly lost it, then got fouled. The Corsairs had him trapped right in front of the bench. Foul went against Raymond Watts. Savory, a 74% foul shooter. Needs these 2. And then Canyons needs to get the ball away from Santa Monica, as the most will trail by a bucket. Savory makes the second. You need to be in a press here if you're COC. You need to try and get a strip. 10-second violation, something. Santa Monica breaks the timeline. They'll pass it around the perimeter. Cougars need to foul. They're not going to be able to. The Corsairs are going to come away 73-71. So the losing streak stretches to 7. Canyons with their best shot at a win so far this year come up empty-handed and lose to Santa Monica. They fall to 7-14 on the year. For the Corsairs, they move to 11-10 and 4-3 in conference play. So a tough one for COC to swallow. They Got 19 from Mason Savory, 14 from Deshaun Harold, 13 and 11, a double-double from Elfara, and 10 from Barnett in the loss. Medeiros with 16 to lead the way for Santa Monica. Gilgis Alexander with 13 and Watts with 10 as the Corsairs come away victorious. Switch over streams. Women's action coming up next here on the Cougar Sports Network, COC Santa Monica. That's a 7 o'clock tip-off time. We'll probably be right around there, maybe 5 minutes late from that. Have a good rest of your night if you're not joining us for that, everybody.